Welcome back to the Lone Star Ladies.
I'm Sherry Rose, Precinct Chair for 2091 in Plano.
And I'm Brandy Kennedy, Precinct Chair 2097 in Carrollton. And Darlene is on vacation, so she's not here with us today.
We hope she'll be back next week.
Yes.
So we are up here today in Denton. We are at the DCRP office. We want to talk to our Executive Director, Angela Hudson, and Melinda Preston, our Denton County Republican Party Chair. We want to find out what they're doing, what they do every day, what they can do for us, what we can do for them.
Yeah, just help. We need to find out more information. So
That's
we're
right.
here up here to find out.
And we hope that you will come up here and check it out when you have a chance.
Absolutely. Okay, we're here at the Denton County Republican Party office. It's at Suite 102. Sherry, you want to take us in?
Sure, come on. Let's see what's going on in here.
Yeah. So this is the little lobby area.
All of our legislators on the wall.
Looks pretty good. There's Donald Trump.
There he is.
And here,
It's a cute sofa with the pillows and everything.
yeah. And then we come into the meeting area and Angela's office right here. We're going to be talking to her in a second.
So these chairs can all be arranged different ways depending on who's having the meeting.
And we have some more offices here in the back. I'm sure one of these is Melinda's. And they have a little kitchen area here to the right.
Oh, little office, that's cute.
So this is very good.
That one over there is Melinda's.
This one over here.
Okay.
And we have Trump Vance in the window, so it's perfect.
Nice.
Sherry, you want to tell us about the upcoming events?
Absolutely. First of all, we have our constitutional amendment election coming up on November the 4th. Early voting starts on October 20th through the 25th, 8 to 5, October 26th, which is a Sunday, from 11 to 5, October 27th through the 31st, from 7 to 7. In my precinct and in Brandy and Darlene's precinct, the closest voting locations are Carrollton Library, Timber Glen Rec, the Colony Annex, and on election day, 2091 and 2098 will vote at Prestonwood, and 2097 will vote at the Carrollton Library.
Yes.
So if you need more information, you're not in any of those precincts, you can go to votedenton.org and look up where you need to go to vote. The Lincoln Reagan dinner is on January the 10th, 2026. I know that sounds like a long ways off, but you can get your tickets, make your plans, put it on the calendar. Congressman Brandon Gill is having a fundraiser October 23rd at 5:30 to 8 at Marty B's in Bartonville. There'll be music, barbecue, and lots of fun. There's also an event coming up on October 26th from 6 to 8 at the Hexa Event Center in Richardson. It's called Civilization Under Siege. And they'll have several guest speakers there talking about the threats in America today. Also, Restore the Republic, don't forget, is every Friday from 8 until 10 at the Towers Tap House in Little Elm. Of particular note, John Zmirak will be there this Friday. He is a known author. And also Aaron Reitz, who is running for Attorney General and is backed by Ken Paxton, will be there on October 31st. So we hope to see everyone there.
Okay, we're here now with Angela Hudson, and she has become the new Executive Director of the DCRP. And when did you officially get this title?
Last week.
Last week, so
Yes,
very
very
new.
exciting, yes.
But she has been with Denton County for a very long time. She was a precinct chair. What else have you done?
I was a precinct chair. I was an assistant to a precinct chair. I was the headquarters administrator for quite a while.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
Yes.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I do a little bit of everything. I help keep the office together. I work with our people who are in charge of our events, making sure that they have the resources they need. I provide different things for the committees, making sure they have the space available. I update our calendar to ensure that all the different events are going on. If you call the office, I'll probably be the one who answers. If our precinct chairs need walk list, I'll provide the walk list for them.
Okay.
And just whatever our chair asks.
Yeah.
So
Great.
Wonderful. Is there anything you need for our precinct chairs or our voters in our precincts to know about DCRP office?
If you have any questions, give us a call. We're always looking for more volunteers. We're especially to help with our precinct chairs. Our precinct chairs are the bread and butter of the Denton County Republican Party already, and they need help, especially block walking, getting out news about the candidates and about different resolutions and that are happening.
And do you have, if somebody wanted to come up here, what do you have that you hand out, like flags, or do you have stuff for sale, or can people get signs here during elections?
So oftentimes the candidates will leave signs with us during elections, during the primaries, and during the general. Currently, we're not selling anything. However, we do have candidate information that they leave with us.
Okay, great.
So
And what are the hours of operation?
9 to 5 Monday through Thursday, and 9 to 12:30 on Fridays.
Okay, and what's the phone number?
940-383-4446.
Thank you so much for
you.
talking to us.
Welcome.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
You do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We are at the DCRP office, and we are talking to Melinda Preston, our Denton County Republican Party chair. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're glad you
Good
could,
morning, thank
glad you
you.
could be on our show.
I know, I'm
Absolutely.
excited. I've seen your show, and so I love it. Y'all are so cute.
Oh, we're
Oh,
having
thank
fun.
you.
You're
We
having
are.
fun. I know, I love it. It seems, yeah, you can tell you're enjoying what you're doing.
So, all right. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your personal journey into politics?
Sure. I am the mom of 7 kids. I'm sure you guys have heard that, or a lot of you have. I have 3 children from Russia, and we adopted them when they were 8, 11, and 12. It was an incredible experience. We had 3 children that were 5, 8, and 10. We took them to Russia. We adopted 3 children, had to go to 2 different orphanages, crazy journey. But it absolutely radically changed our world, and it has been an incredible experience. So several years ago, gosh, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, one of my daughters was very concerned, and she said, "Hey, Mama, I'm concerned that America's becoming like Russia." And I'd always been involved.
How old was she?
She was, at that time, probably about 29.
Wow.
29. She had 2 children. And so, maybe 28. She had 2 children, 2 of my grandkids. And so I just realized I had been involved. I'd helped in elections, done some things, helped a few, campaigns, nothing major, just kind of a behind the scenes thing. And then I realized I have really got to get involved.
Yeah.
And so that kind of propelled me into politics, looking at policy, seeing what is going on. And I realized we're in trouble. We're in trouble in our nation. So,
Well, thank you for stepping up.
thanks.
So what is your vision over the next couple of years?
Okay, that's a good
For
question.
Denton County.
That's a good question. Well, there's a lot going on in Denton County. One of the things that we want to see is to bring in the youth. We need a lot more young people involved. And so we've been doing that. We've been working with the Turning Point USA students. We've had other students volunteer to come in. Jaquez, it's a high school student.
Yeah.
We love Jaquez.
Yeah.
And so he's been coming in and volunteering as well. So that's a big priority for us, is the next generation.
That's fantastic.
I know, we love it. Another is to get out into the communities and to be able to bring people in through the communities, realize that the party is real, is we're moving, we're making changes, Father, we're growing, we're really determined for moms and dads, fathers and mothers to get involved.
Yes.
And to see their children, the kids watch and see us, how it works. How does politics work? What is politics?
Right.
And so very excited about that. So we're doing all kinds of things. We have the Conservative Cup that we have once a month. We have the Meet, Mix, and Mingle, which we do once a month. We've just started that, to where we move to different Patriot-owned companies, businesses, restaurants, and we move around to each city. So we want to really highlight these restaurants and these businesses. We have those in our newsletter, so that we can say, hey, here's a great place to go to.
Yeah.
They are conservatives. And
How do you find which restaurants are conservatives?
oh yeah, that's a big that. Well, we've reached out to people and to the precinct chairs and said, hey, if you know of any conservative restaurants, patriot-owned restaurants, because we want to give our money to them.
Right.
That's my goal, is to help them. They help us. We encourage each other. We develop a relationship, become a family. So that's huge for me. So
Right.
I've been doing it through precinct chairs. It's been really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
We'll have to find some in ours.
Yeah, exactly.
I need you.
Yes.
The
By the
goal-
way, I want to eat lunch, but are you Republican?
Yeah.
I've asked that actually. So the goal is to go to every single city in Denton County, which would be a
Great.
lot of fun. And then we're doing outreaches. We last weekend had the Peanut Festival in Aubrey, which was so much fun, getting to meet people. We've had, unfortunately, this isn't unfortunate, we've had 2 events for Charlie Kirk passing, but so many people, yesterday, at least 20 people got saved yesterday.
Oh,
at the
wow.
event. It was unreal, hands going up everywhere.
That's
And
fantastic.
and then afterwards we had prayer and we got to pray with
Oh.
people. The one before, it's estimated at least 12 to 15 got saved. And so, but there were 500 people on that lawn. We didn't know how many people would show up. And
Was
so
there
it
any
was exciting.
protesting at all?
None, at either one.
Oh,
no
wow.
That's
protesting.
wonderful.
Is that Jesus or what?
That is
That's
oh wow.
amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So, but that's the exciting part about our job. We get to spread the gospel too.
Right.
Share about Jesus. And
Right.
that's the most important thing to me.
Absolutely.
That's what I've been doing.
So there's a November election coming up, and it's mainly constitutional amendments or
Yes.
propositions, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
How do you help us get out that word for this next election cycle?
That's a challenge, right?
Yes.
Because most people are like, yeah, I don't know anybody. I'm not going to show up, because it is. It's a lot, it's work to get down to the polls. But this is really super vitally important, because
Right.
when you're talking about a constitutional amendment, you're changing your constitution for
Right.
the state.
Right.
And there's only 2 that I am like, I don't like them, and there's a lot of good ones on there.
There's
That
a
is
lot
going to
of good ones.
protect parents.
Yes.
One of them is a parental rights that makes sure that the parents are in control of their children and not the state. Hello,
Exactly.
California. That's awesome. And then a lot of them are tax, for homes, property tax
Yep.
initiatives. And so one is for bond for violent offenders, and so there's some really good, solid amendments in this next election, and people need to know about it. One of the things that I want to do here is somebody had shown me a list of the amendments and then a yes or a no out to the side, and different organizations that have
Right.
said yes and no. I would love to get that out. So what we're going to do
Yes.
here is we're going to be printing them up here.
Oh,
We have
wonderful.
some interesting things going on with cities as well. There's a lot of propositions. Propositions and also bonds, but there is a permanent tax hike for the Denton ISD. That's
saw
something, we've never seen that. I have never seen that one before. This is a new one for me, permanent. So there's no way you can change it. There's no way to go down. That's something we need to be working on.
Yeah.
People need to know about that. People need to get out and vote. We do not recommend a permanent tax
No,
hike.
ever.
And so ever, I know. We want to go down.
Yes.
We want to eliminate property taxes is the ultimate goal for the
Right.
Republican Party.
Right.
So that's kind of what we're looking at.
So then the 2026 election cycle, that's going to be huge.
Huge.
So I know we have primary in
March.
and then obviously the general in November.
Yes.
So we're going to have to be working really hard starting when?
Well, really starting now, if you're really looking
Yeah.
at it. I mean, you're already starting, this is going to be a time when we need, this is why we're working on volunteers, getting people to
Right.
help us, because if you guys don't know, but a precinct can be up to 5,000 people.
Yes.
In your precinct, and that's a lot of people to knock on doors.
Right,
That's a
yes.
lot of information going out. We need more help for you. We need, and
Absolutely.
I feel like that's something that we're really, that's our focus, is to help the precinct chairs. This is my job, is to help you. That's, it sounds like a line from a movie. But anyway,
Yes,
my
it does.
job is to help you in this. So we are working on getting you everything you need, your supplies, being able to help you, but also getting you volunteers that are going to go out and are going to knock on doors with you. People that are passionate about this, people who want to help. And so at the last the Charlie Kirk event that we had at the Commissioner's Court, we had over 7.5 pages of people who want to be involved.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
It was
Way to go, guys.
amazing. It was so encouraging
Yes.
for
That's
us.
wonderful.
So people want to help, they just don't know how.
Right.
It's our job to plug them in, get you the help that you need, and to be able to have a successful, we need every Republican seat, we need a conservative in those seats, believers, I want to have Christians, we need, and I know that's the party, We want to definitely have believers in those positions that want to do the right thing for the people of Texas and who will fight for the people of Texas. That's our desire. So,
You know, I've heard some of these schools actually will give kids credit, for service hours.
yep, they will. So, and that's some of the things that we're looking into. Since I do this full time, I have a little bit more time to although you just see how busy I am. I say I'm working like 60 hours a week. But those are some of the initiatives we're working on. We have some volunteers that have come in, Turning Point USA, just great kids that are wanting to help us.
Right.
And so we're going to be looking into that. We have the 10 Commandments here. We have over here in boxes that we're getting out to the schools. We want to make sure that every school district has the 10 Commandments in every classroom. That was a law that was passed this last session. So we've got a lot of good stuff going on.
That's fantastic.
Thank you for joining us today for part 1 of our episode with Melinda and Angela. I hope you can be with us next week for part 2.
And remember to follow us on OBDM Network TV, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, and X.
And you can please send your comments and suggestions to LoneStarLadies@myyahoo.com.
Thank you for joining us today.
God bless.
And yeehaw!